Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle! Whoop whoop! We are back with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle with this brand new team that I composed that has actually done me wonders. I am very surprised how this team came out. Like for instance, with the decision for Empoleon, I wanted a bulky water on this team to cover some weaknesses that I had, but I didn't have anything that could get rid of hazards. So I was debating between Blastoise and Empoleon for keeping in my loading on the team and just hope and pray that I don't run into any teams that set up hazards. But I eventually opted for Empoleon because the bulk that it had just looked like it would work, and I didn't really have special bulk on this team, so that was also kind of the final deciding factor. So let's go ahead and get into it. This man has the weirdest team I've ever seen in my life. This man has a Ludicolo. What is this? What is this? Alright, let's go ahead and get into the battle. Alright, folks, let's go. We're facing off against Peter. I'm going to lead off with Sableye, and he's going to end up leading off with Espeon. So, for me, this is an unwinnable situation for me. I can do absolutely nothing to this thing, because I'm fearing the Dazzling Gleam. And he actually ends up going for the Shadow Ball, and that's not going to be good for me either, because I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage from that. And I get the special defense drop, so that's also not good. So I immediately need to get out of here. By the way, this Victini is Choice Scarfed, which means it's going to be one of my best offensive pivots, especially for you know things such as revenge killing and such. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball again, and it's going to do absolutely nothing because I'm Umbreon and I'm bulky. Umbreon never dies. And even with the special defense drop, it's not going to really matter because the Espeon can really do nothing to me unless I had Dazzling Gleam. And if we had Dazzling Gleam, he probably would have went for it, and that's why I switched out. And here comes the Snorlax. I'm going to go for the Wish because I want Victini's health back, but there's no way I wanted to switch into a Body Slam from this thing, and like never in my life. And here, he's going to do something interesting. He's actually going to go back into the Espeon to predict my Toxic, and I did not want this to happen. Because even though Espeon still would have been Toxic because of Umbreon's Synchronize, I didn't want to be Toxic at all. That would completely destroy really the purpose of having a wall if it ended up getting Toxic, which would have been unfortunate. But he actually ended up avoiding the attack, which is good on my part. So he switches out Espeon again into Snorlax. I don't know what he's doing, but Snorlax is here again. I just said, screw it, I'm just going to go into Victini, hope and pray that I don't take too much from the hit, and I actually end up living, and I'm going to get a good chunk of my health back, which is good, thanks to Umbreon's really high HP stat. Not really high, I think it's like base 95, but it's a lot of HP nonetheless. I'm going to go into my Sableye after I U-turn the Snorlax, predicting the Body Slam, and it does nothing. Now, knowing he's probably going to be expecting the Will-O-Wisp, I go straight for the Calm Mind, and I'm actually in a position to get rid of this Espeon, but I want to stock up on Calm Minds, just so I can get some wallish tactics going down over here. That would be fantastic. I'm gonna go for the Calm Mind. And Sableye, also a Pokemon that doesn't die. He's gonna go for the Light Screen because he's gonna be protecting himself from Dark Pulses, which is gonna be hard for me to finish off Pokemon. But as long as I don't die, I'm not gonna be worrying about that too much. I got this, the health recovery, I'm in business right now. He's gonna switch out into Gyarados, and I know this is going to be Mega Gyarados, so I know going in that it's going to be a while before I end up taking this thing out, especially because of the light screen. So now I'm at +3 special attack and special defense, but that doesn't really matter since Gyarados is a physical attacker. But for the sake of me living, and I already know that Mega Gyarados has a brutally high attack stat, I'm going to go ahead and burn this thing. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, God. Gyarados still looks like a shrimp. He's gonna go over this Dragonite. That's not good for me, because that means I'm going to have to worry about this brute at God knows how fast. And I need to burn this thing right away, which I do. So now he's at -1, balancing out the +1 that he got, because the Will-O-Wisp being burned takes your attack down by half. So he's going to keep Dragon Dancing to at least what I presume to be +1, because that's probably the most he could live by, because the light screen will eventually go away by that point, if I'm lucky. He's going to go for the Dragon Dance again, which, yeah, it's expected. I'm just trying to see if I can get a critical hit or something, make sure this thing dies faster. But I'm bulky. I'm not really expecting to take a huge hit from this thing, even if it's a Mega Gyarados. But then, something terrible happens. He's gonna go for the Aqua Tail, and it's going to be a crit. Why? So, yeah, Sableye not going to be doing anything else, because anything else is going to end up killing it. I do not want to take another hit from this Mega Gyarados. That would have been terrible. So I end up going into Empoleon. In my opinion, the MVP of this battle, because Empoleon, little did I realize until up to this point, he didn't really have anything for Empoleon. He didn't really have anything. All he had was Togekiss. And I didn't know at the time if the Togekiss had a fighting type move. But I'm just gonna be chilling here. I was actually expecting the Togekiss, because I just figured that's probably the only thing that could KO me from here. But he's actually gonna send in his Ludicolo. Yes, I love the Scald boost. Thanks. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. I got a message. Shut up. So here we have Snorlax coming back again because Ludicolo doesn't want to stay. Ludicolo doesn't want to stay at all. I'm gonna go for the Scald. Can I get a burn? Can I get a burn? Can I get a burn? No, I don't. It would have been fantastic if I got a burn, though. And we got gonna use Scald again. And doesn't kill, but I do get the burn there, so I am going to be able to take out the Snorlax this turn. I am hoping and praying I don't get paralyzed. That'd also be really fun to have, not being paralyzed. I'd imagine being paralyzed would be, not a very pleasant experience, especially when you're in combat. Snorlax is going to die this turn, and now I'm expecting the Togekiss. I am expecting the Togekiss, and nope, Ludicolo. Why is he here? Why is he here? Oh boy. So, I guess now I can go ahead and get my Toxic Stall on, because since Empoleon doesn't really have any reliable recovery, all I can really rely on is my leftovers. So I'm just going to stall this thing out while it's poisoned. I'm going to protect here. And this is going to go on for a while. Ludicolo is going to stay in here until it eventually dies, for some reason. The rain stops here. I was actually debating whether I should switch out, predicting the rain to come or not, so I can get rid of this Ludicolo faster. But then I realized, if I just stay in, he can't really do anything to me. I'll just stay in and just wait for it to die. That'll be fine. Plus, I'll probably get some health back too. I'm gonna go for the Scald again. Waiting for this thing to die. This is gonna take forever forever. Can the toxic hurry up? Hurry up! We're gonna be protecting again. Ludicolo, despite being poisoned to death, look at him. He's just happy. Like joyful, still dancing. I wish I could be happy in all circumstances. That would make Pokemon battling a lot more enjoyable. You know, smiling while I'm getting swept by a Dragonite. Because in my last battle against Seraphy, that definitely wasn't the case. Oh boy. Okay, thank good merciful God the Ludicolo is finally KO'd. We can get a move on here. That's fantastic. Now, finally the Togekiss is here, and he switches out into Espeon. I guess he's predicting the Toxic, but I guess he forgot that I'm a Steel type and I'm immune to all poison attacks. So that was pointless. So I'm just gonna hit something on the way in with a Scald, and it ends up being Bronzong, and oh boy. Oh, this is unfortunate for her. I get the burn. Yes, I get the burn. Which means I can take this thing out faster thanks to the residual damage I'm gonna protect. I can take this thing out in another 2 turns, which is fantastic for me. I don't have to worry about whatever this thing does. He's gonna use Psychic, but this Bronzong wouldn't have done anything to me in the first place. So, I'm gonna just keep waiting for this thing to die. Stalling for the win! We got this, let's burn, okay. Yes, ow. That hurt, yeah. Did all, what, 6%? Get this garbage out of here. What is this? Okay, that's done. And now, last but not least, we have the Togekiss, which I say last but not least because that Espeon is not doing anything. I don't care if it's still alive. The Espeon is basically dead. Anything on my team can kill it from where it is. So now here, I realized all 6 of my Pokemon are still alive. And as you can see, that Orisphere did a good chunk, so I know that I know that Empoleon is not really going to live longer than 4 turns, depending on how this goes. So I am going to get my leftover recovery. I'm gonna wait for this thing to slowly get killed with the poison. I'm trying to get 3 turns of poison damage because I want the 6-0. I want the 6-0 now that I'm set up for it. So what I do, I go into Victini so I can live the Orisphere because I know for a fact he's gonna use Orisphere again. I couldn't imagine him, based on the way he played for the rest of the game, him going for anything else. And now I'm going to hit this Togekiss with a nice and powerful Bolt Strike to the dome. You didn't even know Victini can learn Bolt Strike. Boom! Dead. You didn't even know. Oh. Well, that is definitely a dead Togekiss. And this is definitely a dead Espeon. This is way above overkill. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yep, that Espeon's gone. And we get the 6-0. 6-0. No casualties whatsoever. I only had to use half of my Pokemon to win this battle. Well, technically, a little bit more than half, but you know what I mean. But you'll definitely see some more Skarmory and Zygarde action with this team, because I actually have 2 other battles where I won by hefty amounts. This team actually turned out pretty darn well. I don't know how. But yes, folks, that is the battle. Thank you, Peter, for the battle. I battled him twice. This is our second battle, and it was I'm pretty sure it's the team structure that got to him, because the plays that he made most of the time weren't necessarily bad. Probably just, you know, miscalculated. I'll say it that way. That's the nice way of saying it. But nonetheless, thank you everybody for watching this battle, because I will come back at you with more videos in the future. We back, baby!